Hey everyone, my name is Tony and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a part 2 of our profile builder assembly series. This time we're going to create a more challenging assembly and I'll share a few advanced settings that can make your assemblies more interesting. Let's dive in. So in the last video, we created this assembly. We learned the basics of creating profiles and adding components. And along with some basic settings, we created this parametric assembly. So in this follow-up video, we're going to learn how to put more assemblies together and explore more settings that can take the assemblies to the next level. So to get past the basic stuff, I already have one component and two profiles that I want to create. So we're going to get started by opening the assembly dialog and we're going to create a new assembly. Just call this metal siding perimeter wall. So let's get started by adding a profile member. You click on this plus icon and open the edit profile. Select our face. We'll click on this plus icon and we'll call this metal base. And we get this shape as a profile. Once again, a profile is a 2D shape that's extruded along a path. We're going to set our placement point to bottom middle. We're going to select our material to metal and we'll leave everything else as is. We'll go OK. I'm going to select my path and apply our assembly. Notice how my shape actually has a little bit of detail to simulate a metal siding. Add as much detail as you can to the 2D shape so you don't have to do as much work on the actual assembly. So let's just rename this to metal base. Let's activate live edit. And now we're going to add our second profile. We'll call it metal siding and repeat that same workflow. For our placement point, we leave it at center and we'll change that material again to metal. Let's upload our assembly. You can see that right there. So let's move this up by 1 foot 10 inches so it reaches up to there. One thing you want to make sure you do when you're adding your components, be sure the axis is set on the very bottom midpoint depending on how you want this to be distributed within your assembly. For example, I got this component midpoint right here, as you can see. And in case yours is not, you can easily do this with a tool from SketchPlus. Change axis, and you can just come in here and use one of the presets so you can change your axis too. So once you do that, and you're good to go. The next thing we need to do is add our one component. So we'll go into the Components tab, add a component, and we'll just pick from model since we already have that here. We'll select it and you can see that on a preview over there. Let's call this metal post and we can add this to our assembly. Let's quickly adjust this material so we can see things a little bit better. So first thing I want to do is actually rotate my metal siding profile so it's a little bit angled. So I'll go into my metal siding, edit profile, and we're going to rotate this at about 20 degrees. So we'll go on the rotation and type 20 over here, and you can see how that looks on the other side. And if you want it to rotate the other way, just use a negative value to flip it to the other side. We'll hit OK. And now that looks about right. Now to avoid the profile going right through the metal post, we can adjust the start and end setback because it's happening at both ends. So you want to get that measurement first, which is about 2 inches. So if I change this to 2 inches, as well as here, 2 inches, you can see that now our profile starts by touching the metal post, and you will notice the same on the other side. Now that we have this perfectly set, I want to create multiple copies going up. So what I'm going to do is actually just copy profile member and change the up down offset to 3 inches. This is going to set my new copy 3 inches above the original copy. And I'll repeat this as many times as I can until I cover the entire height of this profile. Keep in mind that it keeps the last setting, which is actually pretty useful. So you can just keep adding more copies. And that's actually perfect. If anything, we'll just change the height of our component here, maybe add 2 inches. And now we have something like this. You'll notice that we're running into another little problem. And that's our metal siding is running through that metal component. And you can't really fix this with any of the profile settings or any of the component settings. So in order to solve this, we'll have to go into the span. It's a little bit of a longer workflow, but it's going to get the job done. So what we're going to do is replace these siding, convert them into its own assembly, and use that assembly as a span subassembly. Sounds complicated, but let me show you how it's done. So we'll go into our profile and we're going to hide or delete each one of these metal strips we created. You could create or save as your assembly, but I'm simply just going to hide it in this one. Step 2 is going to be to recreate everything we just hid from our assembly. This is going to be the same workflow we use on the first part of the video. So we'll just name this metal strips and we're going to add a profile member. Leave everything as is. And remember to change the rotation to -20 and add the existing material. For reference, we're going to create and we'll just add our assembly for preview. So now that we have our preview, we have to set this the same height as it previously was before. So we'll change the up-down offset to 1 feet 10 inches like this. And we'll make multiple copies 3 inches apart in the up-down offset. And we'll do this for a total of 11 copies. So we end up with something like this. And now for the last step, we're going to load this assembly back. We can save this as metal strips. We load back our assembly, and now we can add a new span. We're going to change the profile member to subassembly, and we're going to change the name to metal strips. And this is the important part. We're going to pick the metal siding assembly and select the one we just made. So we end up with something like this. So now that we've cleared this very last step, there's one last setting that we need to adjust. If you notice, the subassembly is still running through these components. So we need to adjust the start and end setback in our span. So we come to the settings and we add those 2 inches here. And once that is done, if you look closely, you can see that the strips start and end between those 2 components. And we can actually adjust a couple more settings to make this a little bit more clean. For example, we can take this profile back so it starts 2 inches at the start and end as well. So let's select our assembly, activate live edit, and adjust the start and end setback to 2 inches. So that will give us something like this. And now we can go back and let's see how the assembly looks in this model. And there we have it as our final result. That looks pretty good. And hopefully this entire video has shown you where Profile Builder really stands out. You create something once, and then you can just reuse and adjust as needed. And that's going to be all for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this Profile Builder assembly series. As always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.